Hi there, my name is Moj and I'm from Push Talks, and I thought I'd give you a quick breakdown of some of the things we cover in our Failure for Fuel Building Resilience session. Firstly, nothing's a failure. It's about failure being understood as part of a wider learning process. That's something we always try and get through to students. It's really about how you see the world. I have some yellow glasses. They help me when I work at screens for a long time because screens do a lot of damage to our eyes. But actually, I started wearing them most of the time because I just love the way the world looks in yellow. Everything looks brighter in a very overcast city that I live in called Edinburgh. So it's about how you see the world. We talk about different perceptions of what failure is. Secondly, we look at phobias as well. What are we actually afraid of? Where does that come from? It comes from an evolutionary point with the fact that we've existed for 300,000 years and certain fears built into us in our amygdala and our brain, our fear response, they're triggered. We apparently react in the exact same way to imagined fear as real fear. We don't know the difference. So when we get nervous before an exam, it's exactly the same as if a grizzly bear came into our camp 100,000 years ago, or a tiger came into our camp long before that as well. One of my fears, I am really afraid of rabbits. I don't like them. I find them weird. Even that's freaking me out. I don't like it. I'm probably one of the only people in the world who's afraid of it, but I have to put these on most nights when I read to my toddler because she loves them. And I have to try and get through my fear and process it and go, what's the bigger picture? Because there's always a bigger picture to failure. The bigger picture is I'm helping my little one to develop good, basic, core literacy skills by reading. It's about perceptions of what we understand that we're afraid of. We also look at stress. What happens in the body when we're stressed? Mild to moderate stress is proven actually to be of benefit to humans, and we clarify the difference between mild to moderate stress and give them examples of they might be going through that in this session, especially if we get volunteers up. But chronic stress is very different, and we show how that is definitely not good for you. Our wonderful presenters, whoever's presenting, they open the session by giving a statement. We mention that they all pooed themselves endlessly when they were a kid, especially when they were learning to potty train. And before they were potty training, they were using these things. Obviously, other nappy brands are available. They use nappies, endlessly weeing and pooing on themselves, and maybe getting a bit upset about it. Isn't that usually the sign with kids when the baby starts crying? We know maybe there's been a poop. And we don't like it, we feel uncomfortable, but look at how much you develop between the ages of 0 and 7 years old. More than any other time in your life. Everything, learning to walk, stumbling, crawling, falling over again, taking those first steps, learning to run, the joy, the endless joy that kids have in that endless process of failure, improvisation, and then discovery of how to do something right. Even my walls, I'm failing now, I could not find a wall in my house to film this, which was plain white. I've been an actor, this is a no-no. Professional plain white background when you're doing audition tapes, but I'm having renovations done at the moment. So again, it's not a failure, hopefully, because I've been aware and I've put that failure into an explanation as part of the process, because it's going to look lovely. Everything fits into place. So we look at what is failure, why we fail, how it is part of the human condition, and then we weave in failure examples. So real rejection emails of times when things haven't gone right for us. In our team, we're professional creatives, so we moonlight as professional writers, actors, comedians. And we get students to analyse those, literally get up on stage, look at these words that we received as presenters, and work out, well, yes, at the start, it might not be what you want to hear, but actually, what are the clues which show you this is going to make you grow? After the emotion's gone and we tell them it's absolutely fine to feel sad about these things at the start, that's part of being human, just like fear is inbuilt into us, keeps us alive. But we say, well, what do we do? How can we improve from those things? And actually what we find is the students, after a while of looking and analysing and working on their presentation skills and their reasoning, their critical thinking on stage, without them realizing, is there's so many lessons in what that person said. And actually, it's more encouraging than you realize, because no one likes giving someone news they don't want. So we talk as well about constructive feedback and also growth mindset. I hope that gives you a little detail into what failure for fuel is as a session. And we hope to see you soon.